level across the board, we are being asked to identify some patterns that exist on the current map, which is pretty small, and I need to find those patterns and then create a function that is going to help me solve this puzzle and kind of take advantage of the patterns that are in place. In this level, we have the ability to name our own function, then code our own function. Remember that this function is always going first, and it's essentially like I'm building a new tool for my toolbox. Once I build the function, I'll need to code the instructions for my character, and more than likely that function is going to show up in my lines of code. So let's start talking about that pattern recognition first. Looking at this level, I can see that there are 9 gems that my character is going to need to collect. So I could say that one of my patterns is simply to collect gem, which is above my head right now, and then move forward. Well, I could do collect gem, move forward several times throughout this. So if I wanted to, let's say I'd come over to the function name, I could say that I am getting 1 gem. And my code for this would be to collect gem, then move forward. So if I ran this function, 1 gem, which you can see is now in my keyboard commands. Why? Because I named a function 1 gem, so it's now here ready for me to code. Now, 1 gem was not a bad function, but I think we can do better with our pattern recognition. So not only is there a lot of times where my character has to collect 1 gem, but if you take a look at it, well man, my character could collect 1 gem and 2 gems quite a bit. I could collect these 2 gems, these 2 gems. If I turned my character, I could collect 2 gems, 2 gems, 2 gems. So it looks like a function I could use is 2 gems. And for that, I would code my character to collect gem, move forward, collect gem, move forward. So this is another pattern that I'm seeing on this level, and I can create a function to help me complete these patterns. I also see another pattern that I think might be the best pattern on this page. I see rows where my character has to collect 3 gems, 3 gems, and 3 gems. So I think a good function here might be 3 gems. And when I'm coding this function or providing instructions to my character on what this function means, I would want my character to collect gem, move forward, collect the 2nd gem, move forward, and then let's go ahead and collect a 3rd gem. You can see that my function name makes sense. I'm collecting 3 gems in my instructions, so I would name it 3 gems. Let's not name it something just completely random that makes no sense. So now, coming down to my coding area, I would go ahead and kick it off with 3 gems. Let's see if my code actually works. So fantastic. I was able to collect all 3 gems in that row. Now, some students I've seen code, they feel like since I wrote a function, that is the only thing I should code with, when in fact that is not true. So if I were to add another 3 gems into this, and I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, let's just see what happens. So we know when I run that function the first time that it is going to work. We've already proved that. But if I ran it a second time, I'm just going to keep collecting nothing and plowing into the wall in front of me. So I can't always depend on just running nothing but functions. I still need to mix in some commands. So in this case, after I was able to collect this 3 gems in a row, I now believe I need to turn right. Once I turn right, I would be facing 2 gems. So I definitely don't want to run 3 gems when I turn. Let's just move forward and get underneath this gem right here. Now again, I would still be facing this direction, so running my function wouldn't make any sense. However, if I turned right again And let's take a look at my function and my code and see what happens. So I'm gonna hit run my code, and we're gonna watch my function called 3 gems because I'm collecting 3 gems. There we go, my function is complete. Turn right, move forward, and turn right. Now the reason that I position myself like this is that, take a look. If I ran my function 3 gems, I would collect gem, move forward, collect gem, move forward, collect gem, which would work perfect for this row of 3 gems. So I am going to come back to my coding area, and I am going to enter in 3 gems one more time. Let's take a look at my code sped up a little bit and see if I did it correctly. So here's function number 1. Get myself lined up for function number 2. And now I need to get myself lined up for function number 3. I can't run 3 gems right now. I wouldn't collect anything. I need to turn myself and get underneath this row of gems and face myself in the right direction. So I want to get myself right here facing this way. So I am going to come back to my commands, and I am going to turn left, move forward, turn left. That should put me in the correct position, but let's go ahead and double check it. So here's my first function. Here is my second function. And my commands got me in the correct spot for that final third function that I'm going to enter, named 3 gems. So let's go ahead and hit run my code one more time, and let's see if I was able to complete this level using functions that I built. Alright, I was able to complete that, and I used functions because I saw that there were patterns in this level that I could use to help me.